Well, welcome back, ladies and gents, to the show. We have ourselves an interesting match ahead. It's going to be TSM versus Mirage. Mirage versus EnVyUs on Mirage.
TSM versus Mirage on EnVyUs.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be sick. We haven't seen EnVyUs being played yet.
Yep, it's going to be great, guys.
It's going to be sick.
Always cutting edge stuff here on FACEIT. But what are you looking forward to with this? Because usually for me, it's going to be karrigan. I love watching karrigan on this map.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you stole my pick.
Nice.
Because well, previously we've seen TSM editions where they play a very odd way of playing CT side Mirage, which was kind of, I guess, their trademark for every CT side. They were just so super passive that they wouldn't allow any team to ever see anyone before they just fully committed to a site. And at that point, TSM had either gotten information placed or done really cool things to set up proper crossfires and actually defend with a man disadvantage. But with karrigan picking up that op on Mirage, he's just going ham in that CPL area, and that's super fun for me to watch because I don't know why, but it seems like his accuracy just goes up by 50%.
He is a beast, but we've got the pistol round already, guys. Here we go. Nice shots in from Zipnix and dupreeh. Well, Zipix, I'm just going to start calling him Zipix now because
I'm just going to call him Zipnix anyway.
I asked him on Twitter, and that's what he said. So, we got TSM looking for the cleanup right now. The bomb cannot even be planted. This is a really big deal right now. Won't get that extra bonus money. So, it's going to be pretty annoying for EnVyUs to... well, actually, it's not annoying because they can just force buy anyway. But I actually imagine if they would have gotten the bomb down and lost, they would still have force bought on this round with an execute. Because I actually love watching teams do that. Not enough teams do it either. And I think on a map like this, where the CT economy is so important, it's really strong.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Well, luckily for TSM, dupreeh and Zipnix pick up one frag each.
I'm going to start saying Zipix. I'm going to practice for the major. Because I think everybody's going to be saying that now.
Yeah, I'm going to blame like Andreas for not correcting any of us for so long. Now it's just ingrained.
It's so messed up. But we've got the push coming in here from TSM. Sorry, from EnVyUs into TSM. And Cajun and Bulldozer. Maybe that's what the B stands for, but he's on the bomb site with the MP9 here, which is, of course, the Bulldozer MP9. And he's going to be bulldozing EnVyUs players, but the bomb will get planted. And 2 frags here for EnVyUs. So job is already done from this round. And they'll be pretty satisfied with that, I would think, to be honest. Yeah.
So, well, you talked about what you'd imagine they would do if they got the bomb plant. They kind of did an execute anyway. Not that many smokes, but they made it work with the limited amount of nades. So, pretty good job from EnVyUs. They can be happy about that. Not going to be able to buy up, though, given the fact that they had to invest quite a bit. They could, because it's Envy, but I think they'd be happy enough with going with the pistols.
Nice. 3 deeks.
Yeah.
I like this. I like this quite a lot. The Deke is actually quite cost effective.
It's a brilliant gun.
Because especially you can take ranges with it.
Oh yeah.
It's the only pistol we can do that actually.
And well, what EnVy are doing right now, I really like this. They're just kind of gonna post up in mid. Obviously, nades are gonna be a bit of an issue, seeing how they don't have armor. But they can post up in mid and basically do this.
Oh no! Apex, you are godlike.
Oh, and somehow actually survives as well. dupreeh has to back off with that 17 HP.
I'm surprised that Civics went out there. It's like, because I would imagine like, dupreeh be like, "Don't go out there, guys. Don't go out there. It's not safe."
It's a desperado out there. But no, I like what EnVy are doing right there. Basically, just setting up with a firing squad. Trying to, if karrigan's got a repeat there, he's going to have to avoid 5 deagle shots. And these guys are so accurate, or 4 at least. But these guys are so accurate that that's going to result in a headshot 9 out of 10 times. Yeah.
And here we go. Quick push comes in through the smoke. That's very ambitious by cajunb, to be honest. Trying to go for the fast information, but that is going to really expose his team. The price goes down as well in the middle, and that's going to be now a huge disadvantage for TSM. They need a big save here, a really big save. Somebody's going to have to go out huge individually.
Well, the good thing right now is that TSM rotated everyone over towards the A bomb site, which is kind of a given, seeing how they lost everyone towards the A site. But EnVy using so much time to actually utilize the fact that they've gained so much map control allows TSM to be in pretty good positions to pick off people one by one from EnVy here.
TSM looking to hold things down with dupreeh in the ladder room. And there it is, first challenge. NBK jumping in, which is actually fantastic because that actually makes it less likely that he's going to get a frag, for example. But it ensures the trade is going to happen because you have to fire so many bullets on that first player as a CT there. So I actually love that. That's so smart because they have the players to trade as well. But let's say Device gets 2 kills there because NBK tries to take the fight, and then next guy tries to take the fight. then boom, all of a sudden, there's a winnable round for TSM at hand.
Yeah, obviously, because in the meantime, while all of that is happening, then you're definitely going to see a rotation coming out from TSM as well. So they're going to actually be able to set up a pretty decent defense towards that B-bomb site.
Such a small thing.
Oh yeah,
it's
the little things. It was, well, you mentioned it. It's a very small margin of error that's allowed in these type of games. And if one of the teams actually commit one, then they're going to be punished nearly each and every time.
I get the save here as well from 2 players, so that's actually pretty nice.
Yeah,
they can actually force up behind this.
Not too shabby at all. They will actually force out as well. Gonna have a pretty decent amount of nades as well. I wouldn't expect them to play as aggressively as they did in that previous round. I think they're just gonna go back to the basics here. They're actually gonna boost. I think it's device that's getting boosted. No, it's karrigan getting boosted up on short with that op.
So interesting spot here. We've got 2 players very forward for TSM, and there's a lot of players on slope as well. There is the first kill. That's kind of painful. Gonna have to rotate 1 out of mid for that. dupreeh comes into play by Stes. This is a very fragile situation for TSM, to be honest. These 2 players playing forward, not pushing the way of support. They've got to get it done, but Apex with a violent entry there, and that's going to be should be a wrap here on this bomb site. But there is still a player that has not been spotted. A device is there by Shadow. Nobody has checked his position. Apex is going to continue bulldozing people, and device is still alive there. They still haven't spotted him in Shadow. He's gone down the ladder. This is ridiculous. Now they finally have a beat on where his position is, but Apex is going to go in and finish him off. Apex is just absolutely murdering them.
Yeah, he's looking for the ace right here, and he's going to get it as well. So, pretty solid round coming in from Apex right there.
Apex.
But I'm questionable about the decision-making from TSM there to try to push aggressively down into A-Pit once again. Especially when you're in a situation where you force spy as well. Because Envy, they are either expecting an eco or they're expecting a force spy. In any case, they don't want to run into anything silly. So if they held off that position the previous time in the first spy round, then likelihood of them doing it once again, I would say, is pretty high. So I think that was a bit of a unnecessary move from TSM, especially when you have something going on towards mid with I think it was device boosting up karrigan into the ladder room and up towards short there. So you don't really have necessarily that fast rotation either from mid to help you out if and you just decide to go on it.
And I have to say, I like that little flash play from Happy's teammate there on slope. It was NBK. Flashed out for Happy, so Happy was safe on the immediate positions on the site, as well as him being able to cover shadows. So really nicely done there. Good team play to ensure that they can't get caught off guard with just 2 players. Even if there was like a stack on the site, Happy could still walk out in that position, thanks to NBK. And the round will go pretty handily towards EnVyUs. And you know, I agree with your point there. You know, you don't need to do anything fancy. Usually, typically, what you'd expect at the top level is teams who are very, very skilled, even against other very, very skilled teams. When you're playing them, you'll play the first few rounds pretty standard because you want to say, okay, how does our default feel today against this team? Like you don't want to overstep and take a risk when you don't have necessarily the information to do that. If you're doing it kind of blind, it's very gambly. And like the most consistent teams don't take a huge amount of gambles. They're backed up by very solid play. So
that's the thing. You don't become consistent by gambling.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's really the key part of it. And whoa, super aggressive play from TSM here. They want to push aggressively onto mid, but solid spawn from TSM allows them to get that first pick. Well,
nicely done.
TSM just getting picked apart, and this aggression from them is not working out at all.
Yeah, it's really painful as well because we know that they have a lot of power when it comes to when the AWPs are in play, and they've kind of put themselves in positions where the AWPs can't really be a factor. They've got all this aggression all over the place, and the AWPs are really good when you have that rifle support. But we saw that at the times when they did have the AWPs, the rifles are basically pushing on the outskirts and getting taken down. So now the AWP has to look in loads of places, and he can get easily smoked off, and not just smoked off, because that's not too horrendous if there's an execute or something. But if you don't have a distraction from the riflers, then you can't get that window with the AWP to get that shot in and change the round. So TSM right now, we're not seeing the best game out of them, and EnVyUs are really hitting them hard because of that. I'm curious how far EnVyUs can take this, because look how big their money is. It is insane right now, and that really shows you TSM have not been doing enough damage in these rounds they've been losing.
Oh no, they've been doing actually a pretty hard job of putting any pressure on EnVyUs as well, because they're losing people so early on in the rounds that it's the kind of the issue we saw NIP had for a little period of time on Dust 2 versus Envy. When they lose people so early on, they're forced to do gambly stuff over and over again. And if Envy are expecting it, it's going to be extremely hard for you to do anything about it.
Oh, dupreeh. We've seen him do crazy stuff with the Deagle. He's going to get eliminated though pretty fast. Good anti-eco round here from EnVyUs. They're just playing together. Got one guy for a spot in the middle just to see if there's any mid push or anything like that. And otherwise, slow systematic push into the bomb site. One thing that's talking about stuff that top teams should do for consistency. One thing you see messed up the most is actually the anti-eco and anti-force buy rounds, because those are the most important ones to win cleanly. But we see a lot of teams reluctant to play them in ways that make a lot of sense from a theoretical perspective. With a lot of grenades, molotovs, good executes basically.
I think molotovs are the key word.
Molotovs are the key
and you know that threat over in Japan is just tearing his hair out.
Oh yeah,
because his teams are
he
not.
doesn't have any hair left, man. He doesn't have any hair.
It's been that bad.
It's gone. It is all gone. It's a distant memory. EnVyUs looking for a fast play into aim. We've got double AWP here for TSM. This is their chance to get things rolling, to get the ball really rolling in their court. And we got Device close to Apex. He'll spot the nade going in. Waiting for a pop flash from a teammate. Potentially he's on the ladder, goes down into the fire. He's going to do amazing work, but it's not going to happen. A trade comes in, and now it's going to be very hard for TSM to hold this down. dupreeh over the top of the stairs will claim himself a consolation frag after his teammate goes down, but it's really looking labored at this point. 2 versus 1. Zipex there by CT Spawn is going to reposition. Very hard spot for him to clutch. He's against Kenny S and Happy, and they both have... Oh, look at this. Going to set up the plant there for connector for Kenny S and Happy to crossfire it. Very dangerous stuff here for Zipex. He's going to make his way in from CPL. I think he may have been hurt as well. And Kenny S is looking for the shot. There is the flick. Pretty hard situation.
Yeah, pretty rough situation. And again, it's that A bomb side. Just they lose control instantly over it. As soon as one guy goes down, it's over. The fact that the Device just gets a frag is more of a stroke of luck than anything. I mean, he obviously, unfortunate timing, the fact that he goes down the ladder, the second Apex pops out of the smoke, that could have been an easy kill for him, and he potentially could have done more after that, but right now, TSM are not playing a pretty good CT side.
Yeah, EnVyUs are definitely exploiting them pretty heavily on some of these positions, catching their aggressions, catching the risk-taking of TSM.
But again, TSM playing aggressively. It's understandable now because Cajun has a mag 7, so it's a little bit of what he can do at range. But it also puts you in a really vulnerable position where you could, again, instantly lose control over the A bomb site. This time around, they have dropped mid control, so the fast rotation over towards A is definitely a possibility. That's something that they have thought of now that, I guess it was just a matter of time before they realized that this A side has been a problem of holding down.
And here we go, the slow push through connector from EnVyUs again. A big play. They knew mid was up for grabs. Now they're going to capitalize. karrigan in through the smoke though, spraying around the corner. Cannot finish off kioShiMa, but he's got teammates to do that. Device picking them off at range. And that is going to be a good hold coming in here from TSM, who basically funneled them, kind of allowed them to take mid and connector, and allowed them to be funneled through that area. And they kind of created a killing ground. And that worked out really, really effectively. And that almost feels like more of EnVyUs is bad than TSM's good in this situation. But they did hold it off well. Kenny S is still alive and kicking though.
They just got the bombs as well, so this is going to be an easy plan. I'm actually surprised that TSM are so reluctant to actually move. Maybe they're expecting Kenny to hold back and wait for a rotation to come in, but he's still going to get into a really good position. It's going to take out Cajun as well, so 1v1 situation between Kenny and Device. Kenny is down to 25 HP though, so it's not going to take a lot of bullets from Device to pick this up for TSM. But this is a must win because he doesn't have a defuse kit either. This
might be the last position that Device would expect as well. This is one of those spots where it's really hard to play from this. Once you be spotted, you're basically dead. But you also would never expect Kenny S to move there, I think.
Yeah.
And he's gonna give himself up here. He's gonna die to the bomb, but that's okay. That is more than fine in this position. And TSM losing around that, they should have won after the opener through connector, just taking down everybody. And 7-3 will be the scoreline. So we're gonna get a pause coming in from EnVyUs. Now I imagine it would more or less be due to an issue rather than it being a tactical pause, and boom, it's unpaused immediately. So
it's probably like someone lost sound on, or someone's mic wasn't working on TeamSpeak, that type of thing. But that's definitely a round that TSM should have won, no doubt. And they actually had success with playing it passively.
Yeah.
So kind of what we have been used to seeing TSM do in the past.
They're notoriously one of the best teams to be playing passive CT styles as well.
They're extremely good at it. But obviously, if you're able to get an op on karrigan, I'm all for showing aggression and taking the fight to them, because karrigan is so deadly in that middle area. But now that they're pretty much banged up when it comes to their economic state, then I would much rather see them playing passively, or just do what they're doing now, kind of just give up control towards mid, more or less, and focus more heavily on an A defense.
I completely agree with you, and we'll get the push coming in from EnVyUs now, as kioShiMa is going to take 2 quick entries, and that's going to leave a lot of work for cajunb at the back of the site. He has not been spotted, though, by the fireboxes, and in goes dupreeh from the stairs. The distraction is allowing an opening for cajunb to try and take some extra control of the bomb site, but EnVyUs fight back, and now it's NBK against dupreeh for this clutch situation. He's got so much time to work with. He's trying to bait him out, but dupreeh will not give up the ghost just yet. Just chilling there. And we'll finally see the plant from NBK. dupreeh with a money nade right over the top there. Good damage done to NBK. Might make the difference. NBK now playing the boxes. There is the incendiary. That should flush NBK out, but dupreeh wasn't ready. 7 HP now on NBK. He's going to finish him off. 8-3 will be the score as EnVyUs climb further to a really dominant T-half, and their money is out of control.
Yeah, and well, likewise for TSM, only in a negative stance right now. 2 Mag 7s and a ZZ. I guess the one positive thing for TSM is the fact that they have been able to get more favorable trades for a longer period of time. It has ended up in 1v1s, or in situations where they've actually been favored to win. So things are starting to look up for TSM. The problem is that they don't really have the weaponry to go head-to-head with Envy at this point.
Absolutely not, and Happy's going to show us just that. Taking down Device with the AK. Big mid presence from EnVyUs once again. You see Happy taking down cajunb in the palace area. And EnVyUs, the rest of his teammates, are moving through connector now in middle, using all that map control to such effect. TSM are really struggling at the moment. Just one rifler left in dupreeh, and he's got 31 HP. He has to run away. And once again, this round is clearly over for TSM at this point. dupreeh is too weak, and dupreeh only has a CZ. And there's 4 players left here. Boom, there it is. keniS takes down dupreeh. And it's just dupreeh with that M4. He will take down keniS in the end, but... Oh, that's amazing. Through the smoke,
spray.
Long range spray down. keniS's magic stick has been retrieved and delivered.
It's a bit of a blessing and a curse that, sure, you can manage to get a kill if you're dupreeh, that's great. But you give up your position when the bomb's just gone down. So that's 35 seconds for Envy to basically run after you like you're, deer caught in headlights.
Here we go, once again, bit of aggression coming in with the Deeks of TSM, and they will get a kill out of it, but meanwhile, we'll see almost the identical anti-eco round from EnVyUs. They just push everybody else up into the B apartments, in for that speed plant. They've got also someone who split off from B apps, flanking back around middle. It is Apex, he's going to pick up a kill, and we can see that that is powerful, because cajunb is also on the angle. Great shots from him, though, to take down Apex, but I don't think it's going to be enough here. Big struggle for TSM to get themselves on this retake, on the defuse as well. No kit in sight. And cajunb is going to just take the AK, and he's going to just run away? Maybe not.
Coming back for it. Well, at this point, TSM, they're going to, this is not going to affect their buy in the upcoming round anyway, so they might as well go for it.
And that's it. Actually, by the time they both got to shop, the bomb only did just go down there, so they had a good 20 seconds to find all the kills and run to the bomb and defuse it, so there's still enough time, but...
here we go. Finally an op for karrigan in CPL. It's taken its time, but we finally got to see it. Took us 14 rounds. So
the focus here is going to be on karrigan. Let's see if he can turn the tide here for his team. There has been a lot of mid challenges, and they should be aware that TSM have an AWP potential buy. And I love the smoke, because again, karrigan can't know if there's anyone there or not.
That was actually really poor smoke, though.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There's a gap. The gap is even there from connector, so that's a horrible smoke thrown. So karrigan probably would have been better off hanging out in CPL. Obviously, 2020 hindsight makes that easy to say, but.
The execute is looking to come in.
They've gotten a ton of information, though. Already pushed up mid. They know that there's no presence there at all.
EnVyUs are taking a little bit too much time here, considering the push is coming. Well, 3 players here for TSM. They should be able to forward a very good defense into the bomb site. Resmoke there from cajunb. He'll spray down Apex. In comes NBK. cajunb will take him down as well. And all of a sudden, Everybody from EnVyUs is dead, apart from Happy, but he is soon to follow them to the grave. 10-4, and finally TSM pick up a round, and it had nothing to do with the orbs actually in reality, although it did have something to do with karrigan having some confidence, spotting middle, spotting the gap in the smoke could have been that difference, because then he saw nobody, and he actually pushed up, and then they knew that something was going to be happening towards A. They knew.
Yeah, no, it's smart as well from TSM to have the guy on catwalk push up aggressively.
Oh.
And, oof, that's rough.
Oh god. Device misses that shot. Gets out of there just barely. Gets the flick onto Apex instead. And we have a situation where TSM could damage control this now. With that quick frag equalizing things. They have mid under control, but maybe not for long, because NBK is going to take down Zipex by short. So things looking rather problematic here now for TSM. Oh my god, NBK just does not give a damn. He's going to go straight through. They could just try to wrap into B, and Device is going to take full liberty, taking down both players. 2 versus 2 situation now as TSM look to claim the last round of the first half to give themselves a chance running into that second half, but Happy is there to dismantle everything that looks like it could work out for TSM. Now it's just Device with a measly 14 points of health, but he is, of course, able to cover the bomb at least from one position. kioShiMa is going to be jumping through the angles. And he was trying to bait a shot, but he did not find the right angle. And now Device is going to gamble it all. Looking for the ace, looking for the save. And Happy's lurking as well. There's 30 seconds.
He does have a smoke as well, so he could potentially smoke off CPL. Yeah, and there we go. Because that's going to help him regardless of whether or not, whether he just wants to negate the mid position as he walks up short, or if he wants to pick up the bomb in CPL or in the ladder room.
And this is really rough right now. The timing is really rough. He's got to go to B, and Device is laying in wait. And there it is. Great shot there. Catches Happy, and that's going to be 5-10. So that's a brutal scoreline to have on your CT side. I mean, you would expect if EnVyUs pick up the pistol, boom, it's like you're just going to close the book on that match at that point. You just have to close the book there, because how in theory could EnVyUs lose from that position? It'd be very, very shocking to see that. So,
well, they're going to have to make some similar mistakes to what TSM did. Pretty much just be over aggressive for no real reason early on in the round, and basically gift up rounds for TSM to the point where EnVyUs' economy is going to be shattered every single round.
Yeah, and here we go. We're going to see the quick play from TSM, good execute onto the A-bomb site. But that is by design here for EnVyUs. They are playing a retake, so as long as they keep everybody alive, they can move in together as a team. It should be okay. That's NBK here. Oh no, that's a really, really bad situation. Zipex is going to take down dupreeh on the team kill, and their engagements were looking really favorable until that point. Zipex able to somewhat create a consolation there, taking down 2 players, but EnVyUs alive here with 2 against 1, and that's going to be the round there claimed by the Frenchman as they will win the pistol, and the chances for TSM to recover their match really plummets now.
The dwindle fairly quickly. It was looking so good. There is a super solid execute towards A. Managed to get Apex down into 2 HP, so he has to back off. He has to wait for the retake. And with the forward position that TSM had, that could have very easily been, in a worst case scenario, it could have been an even trade from the guys in playing aggressively towards CT spawn, and at that point gives a ton of time for the rest of the team to actually position themselves properly, play for time, all that good stuff. Instead, Zipnik's being a tiny bit unfortunate and taking down his teammate.
And just the anti-eco here now for the CTs as well, and so far so good. We've got a bit of a spread from TSM. Looks like TSM have taken that ethos of we're going to split and try to get some picks with the PD50s. Wow, that is quite a phenomenal pick there from Zipex. Almost getting another one as well. And dupreeh's up there on stairs, very, very low. Sorry, dupreeh, I mean Kenny S. dupreeh, how can you confuse dupreeh and Kenny S? My god. So 12-5, in comes the buy. I like how TSM didn't throw an execute in there. They're going to say, we want to rely on our buy round here. And we're going to see this coming out from them. Not a lot of nades. In fact, only a single smoke.
Yeah,
wow.
That's really scary. And I'm super...
Why not Galils and some, like, at least a Galils, so you can have an extra smoke. Or a Tech 9 with nades, full of nades. Tech 9 full of nades.
That's a scary notion right there.
Yeah.
When dupreeh's going to go down, luckily for them, that's not the guy carrying the most of the nades, but they've already used their smoke, so from this point on, it's just going to be heavily reliant on them hitting their shots once they take duels. But the problem for them is going to be how are they actually going to get up and close towards the site without any smokes to cover them from various angles.
They've got to take those raw angels, and that's what they're going to try to accomplish here. karrigan and Device moving up from T-Slope. They do also have, I believe it's Zipex, who's in Palace, slowly working his way out. And there's a couple players who are immediately towards the bomb site. We've got kioShiMa and Happy. Those are the two men that could potentially stop this or give way for a bomb plant. karrigan goes down first of all. kioShiMa with a superior angle. Great attempts coming in, but it is going to go the way of EnVyUs. They're looking really strong here at the moment. Zipex with 4 HP is almost useless. He's the guy with the nades as well, and cajunb is going to have to basically just come up T-slope and just wreck everybody by himself, or create a distraction for Zipex. It's so dangerous for him to peek, and they're already on high alert for Palace, and cajunb is going to go down. Trade comes in from Zipex, but again, 4 HP. What do you expect him to do in this position? 4 HP.
15 seconds on the clock as well, so best he can do is hope to save his weapon, and EnVy are probably going to allow him to do so. But
run and save.
Again, obviously TSM, as soon as they run out of nades to use, it's going to be really tough for them to take a side anyway. I'm just really surprised that when they're in a situation like that they don't opt to committing everyone on the team. I'm not really sure what the purpose of having Cajun towards BFs, just basically standing still for the better part of 30 seconds without doing anything abuse. If that's something, probably, I guess the idea is that you want to punish an over-aggressive EnVyUs side from the BFs, but I still don't think it's worth it when you're so down in utilities and basically everything is going up against you. You need to just put all your eggs in one basket and have faith that that's going to be enough.
And right now TSM, they are looking for those entries. We've got Device just playing around with the Deagle by T-slope. Bomb is down actually near T-spawn for TSM at the moment, so they still have their options wide open. And with cajunb, over here, oh wow, it does take down Kenya somehow. That's pretty fantastic. Unfortunately, the weapon is not easily retrievable for the team, though. That's the only real downside to that situation. And Happy's going to replace his teammates. They might not expect a player to be on the left side or their right side of mid. And indeed, dupreeh was not looking. I think he was looking towards the other side, and Happy gets a quick kill, and that's pretty brutal. That's pretty brutal here for the chances of TSM. But they are gearing up for a push towards A. They've recovered the bomb as well. They've only got 1 AK, and Zipex, you better make it count. There's Apex, so fast frag onto Device. Zipex goes down as well to Happy's AWP. This could not look worse at the moment for TSM.
Force fight from TSM does not work either, and that was pretty much the Hail Mary. Trying to get back into the game while still having a potential cushion at a later stage when they potentially lose a round. Now it's 2 AKs, rest pistols.
Maybe they're like, guys, well, our streak is dead. We've qualified already. Screw this. That's what this spy says to me. Going in. Well, of course, okay, that's kind of a stupid statement because, of course, they have to buy no matter what.
Yeah, no,
every single round.
If they want to win, they kind of have to buy up from this point on.
So I retract that statement.
And in any case, if they have a chance to make sure that EnVy does not show up at LAN, because EnVy has had TSM number, so if they could mess up for them, they probably would, right? Oh, well, right now, favorable trade for TSM. dupreeh's pretty low on HP, but still gonna get out of there alive.
Yeah, so good stuff from TSM to do so much with so little. And 2 players left now, Kenius and Happy. The AWPers. Happy is, where is Happy actually at? Which side is he on? He is on the short side with a Tech 9 as well. Oh, karrigan's going to peek out. And in comes a hell of bullets from the Tech 9, but karrigan gets the kill anyway. And there you go. There you go. TSM win a round with 4 players, surprisingly. They unfortunately don't really pick up many weapons, which is sad, but whatever. They won a round.
Did pretty much all of their damage with pistols.
Standard.
Well, yeah. Pistols, man. Well, we're actually going to see a fully bought up TSM now. So that's that could be the start of something good for them. Smoking off CPL early on. And a bit of a 4-man stack here from EnVy. Not too surprising. Pretty much the only thing I'm surprised we're not seeing is 1 EnVy force buying and NBK with a scout towards B.
I guess they just want to end this
as quickly as possible. Well, I guess the EnVy way of doing that would be winning an eco.
That's true, but they're not having much success this time around. Unfortunately for TSM. TSM, they're taking a lot of damage, but nobody dying. That's a great sign going forwards. There you go. kioShiMa with that P250 takes down one, and that's going to be that. So 7-14, and I mean it's going to be hard to you know, for TSM to feel their recovery into this match, but you never want to count them out. That would be
foolish.
Would be foolish to do so, indeed. Now we're still waiting for karrigan to really have an impact on the game, and I feel like, you know, partially that's what really went wrong for their CT side, is that uncharacteristically karrigan was not really in use, not necessarily for any fault of his own.
No,
like in particular, it felt like
the one round he had in op, they decided to go away instead.
Exactly, and you know, some of his teammates pushing in certain spots kind of commits him to not make certain pushes maybe that he would like to do.
Well, there, you know,
that's a good way for karrigan to open things
the
up.
captain's call there.
Here we go. karrigan, you might hear some jumping around there. Nice shot there onto Kenius, and just like that, it's all over for EnVyUs in that round. karrigan with some amazing shots there on the AWP. That's what we wanted to see out of him. And all of a sudden, TSM have a big buy-in, a big bank as well to work with in the future, as EnVyUs have to save. And TSM could absolutely pull this back to a very respectable scoreline if they continue things in this manner.
It's going to be interesting to see whether or not karrigan can keep up that kind of a trend that we saw in the previous round. Well, Device, not going to be any worse than his teammates. Cajun as well, following it up with the frag. And obviously this is an eco round from EnVyUs, so should be a pretty easy cleanup.
I love the oldest trick in the book there. Both players stacking one spot and then one pushing out. It's like, okay, that's that guy dead. There should surely be no one else in that position.
Well, in the end, TSM only lose 2 members, and as you said, they built up a pretty nice bank up to this point. 2 players over 10k after buying as well. Probably one of them is going to drop for Civ next year. Actually, Device is going to take that bullet. Which, well, in Cajun's, karrigan's spot, that makes sense because he's going to be wanting an op as much as possible, and that's pretty expensive stuff, but in the end, they have plenty of money to work with.
So we'll see a bit of a default coming in from TSM. Although that said, we've got a fast push-up short, actually, although I think it's dupreeh, I think. He's actually slowing his roll a little bit, just slowing down. And it's really nice to get fast control on middle and short, especially. And sooner rather than later, I think TSM working out that there's not much going on in middle. And Zipex is going to spot the legs of Apex there, so TSM in with an early advantage. And the bomb is actually in B apps, so what are the TSM going to do with this? They have to kind of rotate back with the bomb. And BK's pushing B apps as well, because maybe after that frag, he's feeling like this could be clear. He wanted to go for the confirmation, but he's going to spot the bomber, and that's going to make the difference. We've got the rotation in from EnVyUs, but TSM can still go to the other side.
Yeah. Right now, that was EnVyUs taking a page out of the playbook of TSM's CT side and pushing aggressively in A apps super early on in the round. So you can't really do much with that information you get as a CT, because there's so much time left that they can pretty much do whatever they want after that point, and you're just giving up an amazing amount of map control. So EnVy have to make sure that they don't stay too aggressive on rounds like that. And TSM just being very patient about it as well, more or less expecting the upcoming aggression from the EnVy, because if you do play like Apex does there, you want either to catch someone off guard or just get a lot of information. If you don't find anyone at all, it's a pretty safe call that they're either going to be in mid, which you have given up, so that's a fair guess, or they can. In any case, you can lock down quite a bit of the map without too much worry. So
just like that, 4 rounds, the difference now.
Yeah, and again, EnVy back to eco. They're kind of in that situation now where after every buy, they're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how the momentum of EnVyUs has been broken up in this way. And I mean, it really only takes one good round from EnVyUs to really kind of reinvigorate them. But that said as well, TSM is such a big bank that EnVyUs likely are not going to be seeing any ecos anymore. So EnVyUs need to win against 2 buy rounds.
Yeah. That's
going to be a pretty tough ask at this rate, considering how well TSM has started to perform in the way that they're actually picking the map as well. Because we're not seeing super big aggressions. They're just trying to create distraction here or there, using pop flashes, good tactical use of grenades and team coordination to get opening frags here or there. And there's another one. cajunb is going to win the 1-on-1 against NBK there. He's going to catch him off guard, and that's potentially an opening. But they're moving towards A at the moment, and Apex is there as well. It's going to get dropped pretty decisively by dupreeh, and looks like TSM have a clear A bomb site more or less.
He's also going to go down to Device, and that leaves Happy all by his lonesome, and Well, I don't think it's too realistic to think that he's actually going to get a weapon, even. So that dupreeh goes down on HP, and he's just going to run away. He's not even willing to let Happy have that chance. Might find a device here. Yeah, actually does, but not going to be able to pick up a weapon there. Simnik's quick to follow up that frag. So, 11 rounds for TSM, and again, if EnVy lose this round, it's back to eco. You can tell that they've put everything they have into this buy round. Double AWP setup.
Double AWP setup. Yeah, with kenius and Happy on the AWP, you should usually feel quite confident, but that's karrigan and dupreeh. Dupreeh picking up the AWP as well. I can only imagine that's a timing, and boom, it was. And kenius is going to completely demolish him. A big win there early in the round for EnVyUs, taking down one AWPer, but Device is going to pick up the AWP that was left by dupreeh, and he is, of course, quite scary as well. Quick pop flash play into T-Slope to give some information towards the EnVyUs side to get a picture of what's going on for the T strategy at the moment, but they're not going to spot all that much. And in fact, repeat from Apex alone is going to result in his death to Zipex. So they still don't know what's going on at the moment, and now they're down a man. That's even worse for them. Kyo
pretty much does the only thing he can do at this point, which is go aggressive again. Because now they've given up map control, they have no information as to what's going on. I was actually surprised that he falls back. Okay, so he re-enters into an aggressive stance. I would have liked to see him push out here.
This is a really hard spot, because you must know at this point the T's are grouping up somewhere. Because they know that they have the man advantage. It's getting late into the round. They have to attack a bomb site. That has got, you know, if there's this period of silence, they're all grouping up somewhere. That's the most likely play. And EnVyUs should gamble on this, stack 3 to a site or something. They need to gamble against this.
Kyo's slowly rotating with Borg though.
NBK's going to find it. The flash comes in. That was perfect for the close player, but not the one far away. And now kioShiMa has to go in, and they are getting destroyed. So even they got that first fast frag onto dupreeh in middle, TSM find a way to win this round without losing anybody else.
Yeah. It was the aggressive push down that messed them up quite a bit.
Well, the weird thing is that they did the push, then Apex went all the way back, and then went back in again, but alone that time. So that's kind of the crazy thing in that spot, is that create a one-on-one for TSM to capitalize upon. And kenius, he's being hunted down. Look at this. Oh dear. In come the players. First shot connected. kenius is going to find himself all the kills. Of course he does. I mean, that's going to hurt the economy of TSM slightly, but they have so much money. They don't give a damn. Look at the money. It's even better for them to actually lose players, because cajunb is losing money because he's already got 16K.
Alive.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good situation to find yourself in.
Indeed.
TSM just completely turned this game around.
They really did. They were looking horrible on their CT side. Absolutely horrible.
It was not good at all. And obviously, that said, it could very easily turn for EnVy. They just need 2 rounds. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But But you know, you mentioned it. They're gonna have to win 2 buy rounds, and so far they've not really been that close. It seems like TSM have gotten away with a favorable trade pretty much in any given situation. So even though TSM might give up an entry or opening frag here and there, EnVy just respond by giving away 2 other players. And you can't really do that versus a team like TSM.
Oh, absolutely not. It's quite an interesting situation, actually. And now we've got the kenius up from Connector this time, and he's got his eyes on that underpass area. dupreeh lurking around there. Now, what can he get done? Oh, great pre-fire there from dupreeh. Probably just peeked out and shot blindly there. Closed his eyes, went for the shot. karrigan in with a kill there onto kioShiMa as well. And all of a sudden, one by one, everybody from EnVyUs is falling down. TSM looking fantastic, of course, against this this save of EnVyUs.
I love the name. I love the name of Happy's Deagle.
Oh yeah, what is? I don't.
Team Solo.
Yes. Of course, the reference. If you're not aware, this is a reference to when he killed everybody from TSM on Inferno with the Deagle. Yeah. Basically, by that famous clip that is now famous, I guess. I guess it's one of the most famous highlights now that exists in CS:GO, probably.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Absolutely insane. It's one of those 1 in a million cracks that you see.
Yeah.
That is really unreal. And it's going to continue the good work with the Deagle, picking up 2 frags. NBK only going to be able to get 1.
Do you think he watches that every night before he goes to sleep?
Probably does it, or at least every time he's going to play TSM.
Yeah, indeed. I would watch it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I would just have like, I would get a TV and I'd get like a Raspberry Pi and I would like just have it running on loop all the time.
Oh, you could have one of those desktop programs that allows you to have like a clip, like a MP4 clip as a background.
Nice.
So that's just your entire desktop background. Like,
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Constantly. It's gonna wreck the performance of your PC, but you know, whatever.
All right, quick plays here, quick trades as well onto the A-bomb site, and that's an interesting situation because, again, you know, EnVyUs really don't know what's going off of this. You know, losing one player for one on the CT side is of course going to always favor the Ts. So we'll have to see if EnVyUs can try to capitalize somehow. Oh wow, 2 players spotted here by NBK. He'll deliver a defense though against 1. There's the second player as well. And we've got cajunb coming in now, but this doesn't look good for TSM. And everybody from EnVyUs has their attention on this B side of the map as well. We got a player almost in shop. They got a cautionary glance towards A as well, with one player on stairs. But they know what's going on here, and it's going to be hard for TSM to break the ranks and get themselves onto that site. Zipex just checking the flank there. They're very aware that they have some time to play with to avoid any nasty flanks. Made in there to remove NBK. And I mean, there's 2. Look at the health actually. 17 HP, 15, low. And 4 HP. This is actually doable here for TSM.
The flank though, might catch them off guard.
TSM gets that 1. They're so patient here, and it's smart to be so patient because all these players on such low HP. cajunb still in with a chance to try to secure this round somehow. Gonna go for the fake there, and he's gonna take down kennyS. Just one more player to kill now, and he's thinking about going for the A side, but he realizes the time is a big constraint, and kioShiMa gets that frag just barely. That was really scary. He was jumping in the air when he got spotted. That is really scary. Still though, they will win the round. 15-13 now, match point, and still double bye for TSM.
That was way more of a struggle than it should have been for EnVy. It was way more of a struggle. They locked down the 2 remaining members. They knew where they were. Kyo even manages to find the frag onto Sidnix from behind.
What?
Again, that's the 2nd time.
What is that? What is this guy? Who is he?
It's God.
I guess, yeah, he's kennyS. I guess that's that, isn't it? Godlike stuff indeed. Now, EnVyUs with that man advantage. I thought they were going to lose happy. I thought that kennyS would hit nothing but air. But in fact, he will get a frag. And Apex at 14 HP! He's almost playing aggressively here. Where's the pop flash? He still gets the kill. Unbelievable that he gets a frag out of that. And now he's going to fall back onto the bomb site, laughing his way back to A as Happy picks up the kill onto cajunb. And now things looking pretty damn smart for EnVyUs. And that's going to be that they close out the game. I do not believe that push on Apex. Like, well, guys, you know what? I got 14 HP. Let me just push it alone to give away this advantage so that we lose the round.
Yeah, and you could probably just hear Happy being like, but Apex, it doesn't work just a single time. Why do you keep doing it? But it's like, don't worry about it. I got this. It's like, worst scenario he's been in up to that point as well is like, no HP. Again, no information to work off of, but he's like, yeah,
go for it.
It's going to work.
I mean, that's Apex for you, man. This guy does crazy stuff. And that's why he can be so awesome to watch.
Oh, yeah.
But all right, that's going to be an interesting match. Another interesting match there. And we're going to be moving into G2 versus HellRaisers on Cash. I'm really looking forward to this because I've been loving watching the kind of Oscar-Stico combination. That's really cool. And Simple thrown in there as well. Mad levels of skill on that team. Completely different HellRaisers. And G2 with JChem now, the JChem Rain combo. Very interesting dynamics on that team too. So it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a Cash. So stay with us, guys. We'll be right back for that.